What's up, internet? I don't know what I should title this topic wise, other than conversations with Trish, I suppose. Because one of the main reasons was I didn't film last week was because I didn't really have a topic. I mean, I didn't have anything weird to talk about, guys, and it's just weird in itself. I mean, I have plenty of weird things that I think about, but can't really put that on YouTube, so. But I have gotten some sleep, and I finally got my hands on this at a reasonable price, so I'm gonna play with it. I've had it, I don't know, maybe a week or two now, and I didn't really do anything but swatches, which is odd for me. So, there's that. But conversations with Melissa and Trish. You see the sweet little angels that we are on unboxings. And you would never think that we would be thinking, that serial killer's kind of weird. But yeah, we frequently talk about serial killers, which I guess I can, let's thank Trish for the topic. No, I still haven't cleaned my brushes. Oh, and if you hear dogs, I don't know what to say, They're dogs, that's what they do, and my neighbors have a lot of them. But I've brought mine in, so you won't hear them sounding like they're attacking each other outside the gate over here. So, let's see what I can do with this. It's scary, guys, it really is. And find out, or I guess just relay a conversation that me and Trish have been having about, the whole serial killer thing, because she was trying to help me find, topics and such. So I'm just like, wait, I don't, there it is. I'm gonna be prepared one day, guys, and y'all aren't gonna know what to think. So, just wait for it. One day. Anyway, so the whole topic thing, we were brainstorming weird shit that is still legal to talk about on YouTube. And she was like, well, maybe we should just, or you should talk about the fact that everybody's, what's with all these documentaries about the serial killers? And I mean, first guess, I would say it's because they make money, and I just realized there is no base color type thing here. I mean, I guess that one called Bear might be one, but anyway, moving on. Anyway, so the documentaries, obviously, they make money, and that's glitter. Okay, cool. Gonna learn one day, guys. One day. Anywho, so it's obviously that the documentaries of the serial killers make money, and of course, everybody wants to make a good bit of money and such, so, I can't really blame them there. But it just seems like there's a fascination with it. But then I brought up the fact that it wasn't really the whole serial killer thing back in the day. I remember hearing, here and there, maybe a story about John Wayne Gacy or, Ted Bundy and stuff like that. Maybe around, I don't know, it was really more like once a year type thing. Or maybe my parents didn't really like that stuff, which I guess is understandable, but I find it fascinating, quite frankly. I mean, I think one of the main things is that maybe we kind of watch these things to try to look for the red flags in our partners or potential partners. So that would be like, no. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of the main reason that I do it. And, we could also discuss how I believe the main zodiac signs are, I think, Pisces, Virgo, and what was the other one? It might have been Taurus or Sagittarius. And I'm just saying, I'm married to a Pisces. So, but, I mean, he doesn't really have that many traits of a regular serial killer. I mean, he doesn't really even have a temper, so, I mean, that's probably why we get along, because I'm the one with the temper in the family. Like Andre says, you know, I'm such a sweetheart, but I have my days, guys. I really do. It's just some of those days that really annoy me, and yesterday would have been one of them. But anyway, so we have our fascination with the serial killers, which I guess people are making money off of it, so they're going to keep putting more out. But I did bring up the fact that with Trish, I was like, you know, it might just be a sign of the times. But the other thing that fascinates me, other than serial killers, like if you sit there and tell me, okay, you can watch this or you can watch this. We don't see anything about cults anymore. And I'm just like, why not? And that's, cults, just in general, have always fascinated me. I don't know why. And maybe it's because how can you just give so much of yourself to a group of people and not even question it? And like, what type of person actually joins a cult? Are you just basically sick of people and want to join your own commune or create one? I don't know. But then I kind of wonder if it's because, like with Jonestown, I have always been fascinated with Jonestown, especially when my dad had used the "don't drink the Kool-Aid" reference. I should take a drink, but that would be weird. Anyway, but he had made the whole "don't drink the Kool-Aid" reference, which I guess I've heard people use it today, but I don't think they really understand what it's referring to. And I think they might put out like a thing maybe once a year after like the ending of Jonestown or whatever, you know, in remembrance, so to speak. But I know one main reason that they probably wouldn't show that documentary that often is because while he was based in California, I think San Francisco, I believe, a certain party would call him up and say, can you send some people from your church over here to fill seats for this political rally? And that would not look very good for a certain political party. I'm just saying, it wouldn't look good for any political party as it stands. But I'm sure they all do it, quite frankly. You know, I'm just saying. So, that would not be good. But this whole, I don't know why, I've always been fascinated with Jonestown. Why would you, like, join a cult as it is? I mean, that's one thing. But then to go to an entirely different country, and basically, your family's never going to see you again, more than likely. I don't understand it. Why? Every single time. I mean, that's a really good brown though, guys. Just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna try to make this not look so muddy. That's why I stopped buying Lorac, because it just, like, muddies itself. Does anybody know exactly what I'm talking about when I reference that? It's just like all turns. Anyway, I don't know if I'm really making much sense, but does any of my videos ever make sense? Anyway, this is like my last day off, so, and I got 2 more boxes to unbox. I got FabFitFun, and I don't know when I'm gonna post that video. But anyway, back to the cults. I really haven't heard much about cults other than Jonestown, and I believe Heaven's Gate. I remember hearing about that. It wasn't in high school, it was after high school, I believe, because that was like in the 2000s, and I was in high school in the 90s, so, yeah. But I didn't really understand the whole Heaven Gates thing, and it just was very, very sad to me. But then again, I'm not the type of person where you can come up to me. I need water. Excuse me. Where is my water? I need to speak my truth, it seems. I should really stop watching those videos. I'm sorry, I would actually edit that out because it really irritates me to listen to people drinking stuff on camera. I don't know why, it's just a weird thing for me. But I don't edit, so there's that. Okay, back to the whole cult thing. I'm going to try to make sense of this and try to tie in like last week's thing, because we kind of see a lot of that, or that's what a lot of people are kind of wary about when they talk about forming groups in the prepping community. And we just want to make sure that we don't die, guys. I mean, it's great to have a group of friends, just like the most annoying thing in The Walking Dead was, I understand that they brought the deaf people in for inclusivity or whatever, but unless you have a group, it's unrealistic to believe that somebody with a disability like not being able to see or hear, or even diabetes, that is very hard on a group of people in a grid down situation. So that's asking a lot of your friends, basically. And your friends gotta really love you. And I'm trying to figure out what color I want to put on top of the brown. I see sparklies, but I don't know which sparkly. Do I want a pink sparkly or a purple sparkly? See, this is why I have problems, guys. Because that red ain't just happening. Okay, we're gonna see what a pink sparkly does on the outer eye, I think. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of the whole cult thing. What exactly is going to make you... I mean, I can understand maybe if you have a tough family life and such, but you can just move away and you don't have to, you know, worry about that. And this pink sparkly is not showing up over the brown, which I guess is understandable. So we'll put it on the inner and try to make it fabulous, I suppose. It's not going to happen. It's a neutral palette. That's like what it's for, I guess. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. I mean, I had, I guess, what you would say somewhat of a rough life, where I was estranged from my mother back when I was in high school. So, but even then, if somebody told me, you know, just move in with me and, do this and that, then you can live here for free. But you can't ever talk to your family again. I mean, if they said I wouldn't have to talk to my mother again, that's one thing. But not talking to my siblings, that's a totally different thing. Or my dad and all that stuff. I don't get it, guys. I really don't. And, like, I had nothing monetary to offer them, which I guess that was a big thing maybe with Jonestown. It's been a while since I watched the documentary. Maybe I should have actually done some research on it, but I didn't, and this is literally off the top of my head from the knowledge that I have of cults and serial killers. But, yeah. It's not good, guys. I thought I would actually know more about Jonestown, but I just know that they, like, gave Jim Jones everything, and they didn't question. And I can understand in a way, because he painted a picture and he created basically a society that we have now, where people from other cultures are, living, marrying, and stuff like that, and nobody's thinking twice. But the point that was brought up in, I guess, basic knowledge, and I don't know if they ever actually addressed this in any of the documentaries, but while he painted that picture of a multicultural melting pot little society, there wasn't any multiculturalness in his inner circle. His inner circle was quite pale, so to speak. And see, I notice weird things like that. I'm just like, that would have made me wonder. Just like, really, guys? But then you go back into the media, like, the things they did to make the pictures look nicer for the general public once it all came out were like, in the newspapers, they had everybody lined up, covered up and stuff. It wasn't like that. It's some people did not willingly drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, if you get my drift. And it didn't end well with them, which is very sad. I mean, the whole thing is just quite sad in general. And I'm gonna go put, like, purpley-ish gray and see what that does. Meanwhile, I know at least 2 people out there that be just like, girl, don't. But why not? What's the worst that could happen, right? Yeah, I know. Famous last words, guys. Max! Trying to be famous in here, damn! I get no respect from these dogs of mine, I'm just saying. Okay, I think this is, like, literally going to be the perfect palette for me because I'm quite boring when it comes to makeup. And I don't see any more brown, and I seem to have done somewhat of a smoky look. And just saying, this is the Becca from BoxyCharm. On closer inspection, it's alright, but I wouldn't pay $40-something for it. I'm just saying. Anyway, I wish I could, like, make more sense of it, quite honestly. But I guess it's really a conversation to have in the comments, because I am not one of those people that would willingly just, like, give everybody my all. I mean, even with the things I was dealing with back in the day, I've always had the sense that this is not always going to be like this. It's going to get better. But I don't really need you to make it better. I mean, I guess that's what most cult leaders maybe want from us, is total devotion and faith that it's going to be them making it better and not ourselves. So, I mean, like with the whole prepping community, even when you form a group, there's always somebody in charge. And that's usually when the problems start, because from what I understand, last time I checked the Central Texas region in that large community, I guess somebody had tried to make a group for our area, but there was too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak, and it did not, it just like imploded on itself. And that, then subgroups and subgroups, and that's a lot, guys. And I guess if you're going to have a cult, you can't have that problem. You have to have people saying, okay, I'm going to listen to you and I'm not going to question. And I question too much, guys. People don't like that about me. They're just like, can't you just take this order and do it? Oh, why? That got me a lot of trouble as a child, just saying. I was like the worst child ever. Eat your food. No, I don't like it. Eat your food. Why? I don't want it. Like, I was a terrible kid, guys. I'm just saying. I gave my mother hell, but then karma came back when I had my kids. And it was a lot of stress with a lot less beatings. So it's an interesting time. I did learn a lot of, what was it? I don't know how to explain it. It takes a lot of mental strength to explain something like 5 times. Like, you can't do this in society. They don't appreciate it. You have to have manners. It's just like trying to explain to my sons why they need to hold the door open. I have one that won't, but he would do it for one girl. And I have another one that, you know, he does it for everybody because, you know, he's just that type of person. But I guess that's his way of telling me my other one cares about somebody. All I had to do is say, would you hold the door open for her? And he'd be like, yeah, I'd hold the door open for her. But I don't even know where the hell this video went. I tried to make sense of it, but maybe that's why I keep watching these documentaries on serial killers and cults, because I don't understand it. And I really don't understand the whole serial killer thing, but then again, I don't really have the mind that's just like, you know, you're annoying me, I'm just going to kill you and get you out of my hair. So, there's that. And, I don't know, like, even in marriage, I'm still my same person, because, like, I'd noticed with the 2020 tag, a lot of people had described themselves as their titles. And while I am a mother, and a wife, and a friend, and a sister, those are just titles. That is not who I am. I'm just that weird bitch that people put up with sometimes. So, that's... I don't know, but oh my god, this is 24 minutes of me rambling on and trying to make sense of things. Yikes. Anyway, if you made it to the end, gold star for you. If not, That's fair. But yeah, I finally got to use my makeup that I've been dying to get. And kudos to that subscriber that sent me that $5 that made that palette only $20. Appreciate you, man. Anyway, I gotta go and open these boxes because the FabFitFun box is pretty big, guys. I'm concerned. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye, Internet!